Hello there, boys and girls. I am so happy that you're able to join me yet again. Now, yesterday, we were so lucky that we had my friend Susie Q come for a little visit. And if you remember yesterday, Susie Q was finding some toys in my basement, and she found some toys that were in the shape of 3D shapes. And if you remember, she found a shape that was the 3D shape of a cube, and she found a toy that was the 3D shape of a sphere. Now, I've got those toys that she found right here. Here we have our cube-shaped toy. And let's just take a look at the cube a little bit closer. And if we notice, it has a whole bunch of squares on it. And each one of those square sides or faces on that 3D shape make up the cube. Let's count how many sides the cube has. Let's start at this clear window because I want to make sure that I don't count the side any more than just one time. So let's count. We'll start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a cube has 6 sides or 6 faces. And let's take a look at our cube. Oh, let's count how many corners our cube has. We'll start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our cube has 6 sides or 6 faces and 8 corners. Now if you take a look at our cube would not roll very well because it is square shaped. But our cube might not roll, but if it was on a ramp, it sure would slide. So we would say it's not a rolling 3D shape, but it will slide. All right, let's put that down here. And speaking of the cube shape, I was playing a game last night and I was using something that was the shape of a cube. And I bet you guys play with these all the time. And what is this called, boys and girls? That's right, it's a dice. And a dice is the same shape as a cube. All right, I'm gonna put that down. And let's take a closer look at this shape that Susie Q and I talked about yesterday. Do you remember what that one's called? Yes, it's a sphere. And if you remember, we had our Pokeball is the shape of a sphere. And when we look at the Pokeball or the sphere, we notice it doesn't have any corners and it doesn't have any sides or faces. It is round. Now here's a question for you. Do you think that the sphere shape, if it was on a ramp, would it slide or roll? Yes, it would roll because it's round like a ball and it would just roll right down that ramp. All right, Mr. Sphere, I'm gonna put you right here. I'm gonna take these 2 pictures down because I want to show you some new 3D shapes. So let's start with this one. Now take a look, boys and girls. Does anybody know what that 3D shape is called? Well, I'm going to tell you. This 3D shape is called a cone. And I have one in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now take a look. Here we have a cone shape. And when we take a closer look at our cone shape, when I flip it over like this, oh, take a look. What is that shape called on the bottom of our cone? That's right, it's a circle. It has a circle side or a face. So it has one face, and then the body of it kind of goes round and gets skinnier and skinnier, and it comes up to one point. So if you look at our cone, it has one face, and it has one point. And if you were to put a cone on a ramp, if you had it sitting up like this, it would slide if you turned it on its side, it would roll. So a cone will both slide and roll. Now, what do you think you might find in the real world that's the shape of a cone? I'll give you a little hint. What if we flipped it over this way and pretend it was a real hot day and you wanted a nice cold treat, and maybe you took a big scoop and maybe you made a sphere and put it on top of a nice cold icy treat, and what does that remind you of, boys and girls? That's right, it kind of looks like an ice cream cone, and the bottom of an ice cream cone is a cone shape. And one other thing that I found that was a cone shape when I was looking through some things at my house, I found this. Now who knows what that is? Oh, that's right, it's a party hat. And take a look, my party hat is the shape of a cone. It has the circle shape at the bottom, or the face, and it comes up and gets skinnier and skinnier and goes to a point. Now, if you look at the point of mine, that has a sphere on the top of the point of my hat, but if we were to pull that off, I don't want to because I don't want to wreck my hat, but it would have a point just like this. All right, well, boys and girls, I'm going to show you one more 3D shape. Let's see. There it is. And take a look at this 3D shape. Does anybody know what that one is called? Well, I'll let you know. This one is called a cylinder. Can you say that word? Cylinder. Good job. Now I'm going to show you a cylinder shape. And if you take a look here, we have a wooden block, and it is in the shape of a cylinder. Now if we look at the cylinder closer, oh, take a look at the bottom of that cylinder. What shape is that? That's right, it's a circle. And take a look, if we flip it over, take a look, there's another circle. So our cylinder has two sides, or two faces, that have circle shapes. So let's count the sides on a cylinder. 1, 2. And if you take a look at the middle part of our cylinder, it is round. So it has a round middle, and then it has two faces, one on the top and one on the bottom. And if we took our cylinder and put it on a ramp, what do you think it would do if it was this way? Would it slide or would it roll? You're right, it would slide. And if we turned it this way, would our cylinder slide or roll? That's right, it will roll, and it rolled right on my floor. Now I'm gonna leave that cylinder there because I have another one that I found when I went to make lunch, and I found this in my cupboard. And take a look, it's a can of soup. And a can of soup is the same shape as a cylinder. It has two circle faces, and the middle of it rolls, just like that. And that's another 3D shape called a cylinder. Well now, boys and girls, so far we have learned about a cube, a sphere, and our new shapes, a cone and a cylinder. Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed that little video today, and I bet if you looked around your house, you could find some things in your house that are the same shape as our new 3D shapes that we learned about, a cone or a cylinder. If you find some, perhaps you could build with them, or you could even draw a nice picture of them, and if you would like to, you could send that to one of your teachers either through the Remind app, or you could use it through using one of their emails from the DSBN. All right, we look forward to seeing pictures from you, boys and girls. All right, bye now.